Hello everybody, my name is Caleb and I am the founder of Torify. We are a marketing agency that specializes in Facebook and Instagram ads. And in this video, I'm gonna show you all how we set up a successful Facebook advertising campaign for a consulting company. This specific company is a consulting company in the medical industry. I'll dive into that a little bit more about what they do because I think it's important to give you guys context. But this video will help give you a good understanding about how you can run advertisements for your business if you are a consultant, a coach, or maybe somebody working specifically in the healthcare industry. So I'm gonna jump into my computer here so I can show you guys a little bit more detail. Okay, so this is Proactive Care Consulting. They are a consulting company in the medical industry. What they do is they help healthcare agencies, they help home care companies train their staff, apply for HIPAA, deal with HIPAA regulations. And, there's a lot of compliance things and governmental stuff that needs to happen when you own a healthcare company. And they are consultants specifically in the healthcare industry, so they help people deal with all those type of issues, all those businesses. So I'm gonna jump over into here, their ad account. Here is Proactive Care Consulting's ad account. They have been our client for about just a tiny bit over a month. It's been about 31, 32 days, maybe 33, something like that. And I'm gonna show you how we set all of this up for them. All of these leads are going into a lead form. After a prospect sees an advertisement and they express interest and they wanna talk a little bit more, they fill out this form. I will show you what that form looks like here. You can see we kind of tested out a couple different types of forms. Here's what the form looks like. Schedule your free consultation. That's kind of the whole hook. We get somebody in for a free consultation so that we can learn about their needs and just figure out how we can best help them. So we want to get a good understanding of who they are and what they want. I own a healthcare agency, I want to start a healthcare agency, or I'm just getting ideas. This consultant's main target is people who want to start agencies. So we kind of want to, figure out what's going on there. We also want to see how we could potentially help them. Do they need help with launching their agency, complying with certain regulations, obtaining licenses, or just kind of everything? We do want to kind of know what their budget is. This is a B2B service, and consulting is obviously something that can be a little bit more expensive. So we do want to be a little bit on the same page. We ask about their name, contact information. This state down here for us specifically is very important because regulations vary from state to state. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We do have a portion in here. You can see that this form is marked higher intent. They have to go through and confirm all this information. We want to make sure that we're getting this client the best leads possible, so I recommend turning that on. We started without it, but then we ended up turning it on just to make sure we're getting a little bit better quality leads. I will say this, that in the world of leads, you're kind of playing a quality versus quantity game. You can get the best leads possible where you have somebody fill out a 20 question form where you know exactly what they want and exactly who they are and exactly how much money they're looking to spend and all this stuff. However, you're not gonna get a lot of people that are gonna take the time to fill out all that information. If you ask somebody to submit just their name and phone number, you're gonna get a lot of people, but they might not be qualified. You might not know a whole lot about them. So it is kind of a balancing act. I recommend somewhere in the middle usually. And then the form just kind of goes to this little thing that says thank you, and there's an option to go look at their website. Their website is very nice, so that can maybe give the consumer a little bit more comfort. Anyways, back to the ads themselves. We separated these into two individual campaigns. I'm gonna go over campaign one. This specific campaign, we have 41, this is all in the past about 31, 32 days. We've got 41 leads so far. About 6,500 people have seen the ads, and about 10,500 people, the ads have been shown 10,500 times. So that basically means that each person seen the ad about 1.7-ish times, getting close to 2 times per person. You know how when you click on a product and then now you only see that product? Basically, we're repeatedly showing the same advertisements to people. As you continue to market something towards them, they're more likely to buy. Our cost per lead is pretty good. The goal for this was around $10, and we're at $9.75 cost per lead. The amount spent so far on this specific campaign has been about $400. Roughly, we're doing about $30 a day in ad spend, and that's bringing us roughly 3 leads. So let's dive into the ad sets here. We originally separated locations This client wants to stay in the United States, so that's how we separated it. But I would recommend if you're in this specific industry, paying attention to location. What location do you want to service? Florida, if you guys are aware, Florida is huge in the healthcare industry because there's a pretty large population of elderly people there. It's sort of a common thing to, live out your golden years in Florida where it's nice and there's sun and stuff like that. So the healthcare industry, the home care industry, even like hospice, those type of people who service that industry, is huge down there. So we wanted to market in a lot of those, but this specific group of top states was our best performing. So that's how it worked for us. But I would definitely recommend trying out different areas. Maybe you help consult car dealerships, testing different locations. For example, Michigan, obviously being the home of the auto industry, that's a good place to test against the rest of the United States. So that was a segmenting or a segregation that really worked well for us. I kind of want to show you the ads themselves. So we have, I'll just go one by one here. We have 4 individual ads. We kind of separated these based off of the type of services that we can provide and the people we're calling out. Healthcare agency startups. Need help navigating this complex industry? Proactive Care Consulting helps your startup comply with regulations, give your staff the tools for success, and helps you launch a profitable company. Book now to get your free consultation. So I recommend putting, a good strong call to action there. We have a nice picture with just kind of a little bit more description of what we do. And this free consultation is huge. So, it's no skin off their back to opt in for this. I focused more on just staff training and why that's important. You guys can read that, but basically we just talk about the things that we can help them with. And if you're a consultant in a different industry, let's go back to our car dealership example. You can advertise the different types of things that you actually consult on. Maybe cutting them deals with their suppliers, or hiring staff, or dealing with OSHA regulations, because in a shop environment, things like that, you're going to be dealing with OSHA and safety stuff. So there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of spin that. It's a very similar copy we have here. We're focused here more so on compliance though, with regulations. I want to kind of talk a little bit more. So let's go into the second campaign. I think you guys will find this part very informational. This is what helped us a lot with targeting. So I wanted to pass that along to you. You can see we're using instant forms here. So targeting for this was very successful. And so I would recommend doing something like this for your ads, for your consulting ads. The location we wanted was just in the United States, so we stuck there. Age 35 and older. Most people who are going to be business owners are probably going to be that in that area. All genders. So here's kind of where I wanted to talk mostly about the detailed targeting. So we wanted people who are entrepreneurship minded, self-starters, business owners, people like this, CEOs or founders, but also people who are interested in healthcare consulting or the medical industry. So we want somebody who is an entrepreneur, but also in the medical industry. Those cross in the middle, that X right there, that's where our customer is. Our customer is not every entrepreneur, it's not every person in the medical industry, but it's both, right in the middle there. So that was something that was very successful for us. And even if you're in a different industry, back to the automotive example, maybe you want somebody who is an entrepreneur, business owner, founder, CEO, something like that, but is also in the automotive or automotive repair, automotive detailing. You can kind of spin this any way you want, but we wanted people who are kind of those two things, but in the middle there, and that has been very successful for us. We're using advanced placements here, which is, we used manual placements on the other one, both proven successful for us. And in this one, we actually only are running one ad on this campaign. We tested out a couple different ones and this was the most successful. We're testing out a couple different buttons, but for the most part, it is very similar to the other one. Our targeting is really where we separated it. So let's talk about results. In order to get these results on these two campaigns, which has been going on for about 31 days, we have gotten 68 people that have expressed interest, filled out the form, and wanted to book that free consultation. At that point, a text message, an email, and a updated Google Sheet. All of that gets sent to this person. So you can set that up all pretty easy with Zapier. I'm not gonna get into all that with this video, but if you guys would like, I can make a separate video on that. Basically what that means is that you can set it up so that you get notified right away when a new client wants to book that. So then you can just give them a call and say, hey, I heard you wanted to, or we see here that you wanted to book your free consultation, and then you can go into your sales pitch. So 68 people were interested about this person's services. Ads have been seen by about 9,500 people and about 18,000-ish times. We're under $10 per lead, which I think is pretty good. And at this point, let's do some calculations here. Let's assume that your consulting sales team, you do your consulting services, and your sales team converts about 10% of leads, which is definitely on the low end. Assuming that this was your ads, you did everything just like this, and you were able to get similar results. 68 leads in the last 31 days times 0.1. That means 6.8 leads. Let's just be conservative and call it 6. Most consulting businesses, the average purchase price is around $1,500. So at a conversion rate of 10% at $1,500 per sale, that is going to give you $9,000 revenue off of the advertisements that you made. Now let's subtract. We'll round up, we'll call it $700 spent on ads. That still leaves you with $8,300 in profit. That gives you an 11.8 return on ad spend, which is pretty darn good. Obviously, running the advertisements is only half the battle. I seriously encourage you, when you're getting these leads in, time is of the essence. Like if somebody reaches out to you and wants your services, you got to call them fast. Like your sales team has to be on it. So that's only half the battle, bringing people in the door. You still have to nurture those leads. You still got to talk to the people, and your sales process still needs to be good in order to convert them into sales. However, getting them in the door the first time is usually one of the most challenging parts. So you're halfway there. Assuming that you continue doing this every single month and you did not get better at all, which is obviously, you're probably gonna get better as you go along, you will have made $99,600 added to your revenue every single year from advertisements like this. And that's profit, taking out the ad spend. I hope this video was able to show you how you can set up Facebook ads just like this for your consulting company, and how you can really turn this into a crazy successful business with new leads coming in every single day, people wanting to do business with you. If you guys ever have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have to help give you guys as much success as possible. If you own a consulting company and you're watching this video and you think, I don't want to do this for myself, but I still want the good results, we can actually do all of that for you. I'm going to leave a link below to a discovery call. We'll get on a call with you, talk a little bit about what's going on, and figure out how we can get you great results just like this so you don't have to worry about it. Facebook and Instagram ads are really our specialty here at Torify, and I know that we can get you some amazing results. Hope you all have a great and amazing day, and I will see you all in the next one.